Hi there, welcome back. Today I'm doing the freeCodeCamp Intermediate Algorithm Scripting Challenge called Missing Letters. So for this one we want to find the missing letter in the parsed range and return it. If all letters are present in the range, return undefined. So it looks like here we're using the alphabet, so if the whole alphabet's passed in, it should return undefined. Otherwise it should return the string, or I guess the character in the string that might be missing, and it can be at any point, so from A all the way to Z. We can see in this example A, B, C, E, as we're passing in, should return D because D is missing from here as we're going along the alphabet. So as always, just going to console.log around the function call here. And we can see we're just returning what we're passing in at the moment. So I'm going to take out all of that, and I think the quickest way I found, and took a little while to come to this, after sort of trying to splice and do all sorts and having a starting and an ending index and all of that, is actually just use charcode. It's not often something I use, but yeah, I came across a solution that implemented it, so we can use that in our basically a for loop and then an if statement. So we'll set up the for loop to begin with. So we'll do let I equals 0 whilst I is less than string dot length. We're going to do -1 here, I++. And if I just console.log string at position I, we should just see, I think, yeah, the first three. And we've got undefined, I guess, overall. Or there's that E. Yeah, because we're taking off that last one. Oh no, so it is returning undefined. Sorry, of course, because we don't have a return function. But yeah, you'll see as we go through why we put the -1 here. So we're going through, I guess, these three. So at this point we want to do a check. We want to basically check as we go through if the charcode between sort of this one and the next one is greater than 1, basically. So obviously each character has a charcode, so it's a number that obviously I think JavaScript or probably other languages, maybe they conform to a standard, I'm not sure, but I do know I can just, let's say, console.log, is it charcode at, and if we just pass in A, str.charcode at A. So it looks like A is 97. If I do B, would that be 98? No. Let's just try this. Okay. Can't quite recall how I did it. I'm just going to check my notes on all the charcode stuff. So yeah, charcode at I. There we go. So we can see here the charcode. So 97 was A. I guess it was just going through that each time, but 98 and then 99 are B and C respectively. But if we do +1 here, we can see now it's obviously adding +1 to the charcode. So what we want to do is check that against the charcode at that particular position. Yeah, that's right. And then just check if it's -1, or sorry, greater than 1. So if we then -string.charcode at position I, and then is that greater than 1? And then if so, we're returning a Boolean value here, so false, false, and true. So if that, hopefully that makes sense. But basically, we're going through and we're checking is A. Is B just one step ahead of A, and in sort of the character code terms. So is, if I take off the charcode, it was 97, 98, 99, I think. Is there a difference of sort of less than 1, or we're checking for greater than 1? If there is, that's when, as you can see here, that's when we want to basically take the charcode at position C +1, so that we then get the actual value. So if hopefully that makes sense. It is a bit convoluted, but I think once you sort of see how I'm doing everything, it should all make sense here. But that's basically what we're doing, is we're checking the difference in charcodes between these two, and then we check between these two, and so on and so forth through the whole string. And if at any point the charcodes have a range of greater than 1, or 1, I guess, so more than or equal to, we could put in, I think, that would then fire the if statement, and this is where we want to just return. And then we actually need to put it to a string, because we're going to do charcode, and it will be string at position I, and then we just do +1 because it's the character after that. String.charcode. Wonder if it's not dot. Is it a constructor method? Oh, from charcode. Sorry. So string.from, and I think it's capital C for that one. And let's just see if we're returning anything. No. So I'm doing something wrong here. I just need to work out at what point it is. As I said. So it's actually not the string that we want here. It's just position I. And we want to close that off and just +1. No. Let's see. From charcode. Sorry. So it is string.charcode at, and then open up parentheses, position I, +1. So you can see here, if I take off the +1, we're returning, let's just see, there we go. Cool, so yeah, we're returning when it's true, so when the charcode between two letters, once we've converted them, is greater than 1, which this is, because it's basically checking, I guess, what was that, 99 versus, let's say, 101, and it's trying to find 100. So the difference between those two is greater than 1 or equal to, I think in this case would also work. In that case, we want to return, and we're just returning the character at that position that we're first checking, +1, so it's the next one along. So yeah, I'll just do +1 again, and we should see, maybe not greater than or equal to, let's just do greater than 1. Of course, because actually, yeah, it's actually 2 positions, because it's checking, you know, between them. So yeah, it looks like obviously there's only 1 missing letter, which is what this covers, but let's just see as well, if we put the whole alphabet in, we should return undefined, because nothing's been returned from this function, because as it's going through, there's no instance where this character and then the next one, or F and G, for example, have a gap of greater than 1. They're always 1 between each other in terms of charcodes. So yeah, that's my solution to this problem. If I hit run, it should pass all the tests, which is great. And yeah, it's quite convoluted, and hopefully this makes sense. You know, let me know if you have a better solution or alternatives. I'm sure there's many ways to do this. I think I've seen a few already when I was researching it, but yeah, good algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.